Okay, I did it. Let me see. Hello everyone. every time. I just can't get it together. Hi guys, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be drawing vegetables. So we have been doing all sorts of garden inspired kind of drawings and artwork this month, and this live stream is going to be no different. We are going to be drawing things again inspired by the garden, and I've specifically chosen root vegetables. Thank you guys so much for joining me for tonight's live stream. I'm Erica, in case we don't know each other yet, and I'm an artist and an educator, and on my Patreon I really do a lot of things that are kind of guided towards that are kind of geared towards kind of guiding people into building a sketchbook habit, like developing one, nurturing your sketchbook habit, just kind of having a practice of working in a sketchbook. My sketchbook practice has ebbs and flows. It comes and goes sometimes, especially when things get busy. But I always like to try to come back into my sketchbook and, just kind of reconnect with drawing. I personally like observation drawing, so I tend to do a lot of that. And today we're going to be drawing root vegetables. So I've seen a lot of really beautiful, hi Elsa. So glad you're here. Are you going to draw with me today? What are you thinking? If you are joining me, I always tell you that you're invited to draw along with me. I'm going to have pictures up on the screen so you can see what we're drawing. The pictures are also on Patreon. So you're going to see these kind of little, maybe pixelated images up here. I'm not sure how they really look to you, but they're not great. So if you need a better image, I have posted them on Patreon on the post where you found this video. And you can zoom into those images. You can put them on a separate device and look at them up close. That's what I do. I'm going to have them here on the side. I'll be viewing them from my iPad right here. And of course, I have all the images, so I'm going to kind of scroll through them. Hi, Liz. You just got out of a movie? Okay, well, hopefully you'll be able to come. Thank you for checking in. That's so nice of you, Liz. Yeah, so I'm going to kind of scroll through and pick and choose what I want to draw from. You can do the same. Totally recommend that you kind of pick the things you like and take away the things you don't want to draw, don't want to like. And then just kind of build your own composition from there. Yes, I'm so glad we're going to draw together, Elsa. It's going to be great. So I have the images over here on my iPad, but they're going to appear on the screen as well. Today I'll show you all my materials. Let's move over to the drawing cam. Okay, let's make sure everything looks good here. I already have one of the pictures up there. You can see they're pretty small. So, hopefully you're able to view them on a separate device if that is helpful for you. I am going to have them up here and you'll be able to see them there. And I actually, at some point, I kind of envision being able to view multiples at once, because as I was drawing this, as I was doing some practice with this before, I was kind of moving between images. And so I want to have that flexibility. So I may put some of these up, maybe multiples instead of, just a single one. I might just put up a few so that way I can have a few to draw from. But again, I'm moving between the images on my iPad. So I'm working with this cheap sketchbook that I got at Michael's a long time ago. I bought several of these I think to give as gifts. And I'm going to use this one for that. It is a dot grid. As you can see, there's a little bit, I don't know if you can see that, little bit of a light grid here on the paper, which doesn't bother me at all. But if you prefer something kind of white, clean, go for it. Do what works for you. Liz says, you have new acrylic paint pens on the way. Oh, did you get the oh-hoo-hoo? Nice. That's what I'm going to be drawing with today. I'm going to be using my acrylic pens that I just got fairly recently. So they've been this new toy for me to play with, and I'm enjoying them quite a bit. These are the oh-hoo-hoo. What are they called? I know they name them based on the type of tips that they are. These are the Akaka, because they have a brush tip on one end and a fine point, or fine tip on the other. So the brush is my favorite. That's pretty much what I use at all times. And this is the fine tip, which is not my favorite. Even though I've played with it. I wanted to use them originally. I wanted to use these for my journal, for my planner. That's why I wanted the fine tip, but they're not that fine. They're really chunky. So I'm going to be working with that, and I'm just going to kind of like doodle and see what comes of it. So you should do this in any way that you like, but I was really inspired by some beautiful works that I saw on Pinterest, and they're different illustrations of roots like in the ground, or root vegetables and rooted crops in the ground. And I like that composition with the land, right? So we get kind of like this horizon line, which represents kind of like the place where the earth is. And then we get a view like a view into the earth. And then we also get to see some of the, greens outside. So I think that I'm going to draw for mine. I did this one as like a little practice the other day. It's kind of like this, right? I do think that, this would be kind of fun to do. Doesn't give me a lot of room for the plants on the top. So, I mean, I could also do it like this, which I've never done that. So maybe I'll try that today. I have a little clip here just to keep my paper flat. And then this will give me a little bit more room. Actually, I think I'm going to move down into more like the center of the book, just so my book will be fairly flat. Let's go a little further. And I'll just randomly choose a middle page-ish so that way the book sits pretty flat as I'm drawing. So I'm going to try this. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but we're going to see how it goes. The other thing I really like to do when I'm drawing is I love to have a limited color palette. That's what I'm going to use today. I usually will kind of pick something, light, something mid-tone, and something dark. I need to have at least a light and a dark in there. And then everything in the middle, great. It's just awesome, right? I can pick anything that's kind of in the center. That gives me a lot of those are more simple options, right? So I've been really drawn to this very dark blue here, which I've been using for all my darks. I don't know what it's called. They actually have names, but they have numbers, but they also have names, and I don't know where my little card is, but that's okay. I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to start with something kind of sketchy at the beginning. And so when I sketch, I like to start with something light so that way it kind of disappears into the drawing as I work. So I'm just going to pick one of these lavender kind of colors for my light. So that's 2 colors established. I mean, I can still switch this one out. I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to start by just kind of breaking up the space a little. Sorry, let me get back in here. I lost my pictures. Here they are. Okay, so we have about an hour of drawing time today, so we'll finish around 9. You feel free to go whenever you like. Hi, Cordelia. Nice to see you. Welcome. Are you going to be drawing today, or are you just watching? Because you could do any of the above. You can draw with me. You can co-work with me. Maybe you're working on something else. Feel free to do that. Or if you want to just watch and chat, I love that too and welcome that. So I'm going to go ahead and start right here. I guess I'll maybe start a little bit lower than the middle. I don't usually like it to be too centered. And the last time I did this drawing, I kind of created a slight boundary around the edges. I don't think it's really necessary, but I just don't really love to draw all the way to the edge on the paper, just because it's sometimes a little bit hard to evenly, neatly color to the edge. So I'm going to just stop right there. A couple of things that I was thinking about when I was drawing this is just trying to figure out how much of the vegetable sits under the ground and how much of it shows above the soil. So I'm going to put in, I have those really pretty turnips, which I think will work really great with this purple. So I think I'm going to try to plan for that. So maybe I'll put one here. And I think I want to say that it would be slightly above. So I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to just have a variety of different plants. I really want to try to use this space a little bit as well. I want to think about that space. And so from here I can draw these shapes here just to kind of be like the vegetable or like the leaves, right, that are coming above the soil. So I'm just going to put one there. I do love the way these turnips have this like purplish color here, and they kind of blend into like white. So I'll probably play with that a little bit later. Okay, so I'm moving between images. That one I got from that second image on the top there. I really like the way the potatoes looked when I did that. But I'm going to put some onions in. I really like the roots on these, and I'm going to assume that they are going to be, I'm going to kind of overlap them. I feel like there's not going to be very like realistic, but I'm going to overlap them because I want them to have, you know, an interaction with each other, right? So I don't want them to just be like all spread out and they're just like a perfect line. Like even here, this one has like a bent leaf, so I think I'm just going to bend the leaf over. Of course, draw this however you like, you know. It's just some time to get into our sketchbooks. I'm a teacher, so this is the last week of school in my district, and it has been very crazy and busy. I'm a high school teacher, so I have been preparing. We're preparing for graduation. It has been busy. Definitely just trying to get my room clean, get ready to leave because we have to do all of these. Like we have all these little tasks before we can go. So I'm just trying to make sure I can be out on the last day of school and I'm not coming back to do other things. I don't want that. That would be the worst case scenario. So that's what I'm focused on right now. And I haven't really had a lot of time in my sketchbook. And I'll be very honest, the time I have had in my sketchbook has been thanks to Patreon. Because if I didn't have these live streams or club meetings that I have with my patrons, I might not be in my sketchbook at all this month. I don't know. It's just been very, very busy. In May, I was thinking it was going to be kind of chilling out. Like I had finished my class and I thought I'm also taking classes. So once I finished my classes, I thought I'm going to be chilling for a little while. And then one thing comes after another and it's just been very busy. So I haven't really been able to do that. Okay, so I have turnip, I have onion, I have a different onion. This looks like a spring onion, and this is more like what do they call these? These are like I know they're like bulb onions, but like this is more like a big onion, like a Vidalia onion or something like that. So I'm gonna put something here. I just want something a little bit different. So I think I'm gonna do a carrot. I did see one picture of a carrot, and it had like and actually, I think this carrot is actually, there's a really nice carrot here in that picture. And the carrot is angled this way, but I think I'm going to move mine in the opposite direction. Just so that it kind of moves into this space here. And I did see that the carrot was, like it slightly sticks out above the soil. I think I have grown carrots before, but never very successfully. They don't do really well in all of our heat. Or maybe it's just, me. It could have been me. It might just have been my poor planting / growing skills, which is fair. But I was talking at the last meeting that we had that I wanted to do a little bit of gardening this year. So that was like on my list and that was part of my goals. And so what I have done so far is I bought some herbs. So I bought them already grown and I just I want to plant them and nurture them. So I'll have herbs maybe all year. I did also make these, I wish I knew where they were. They're definitely not near me, but we did make some little, what are they called? Plant stakes this month on Patreon. So I have the plant stakes that are all made for herbs, and so I plan to use those. So that's going to be what I'm going to do with, I'm going to put them into my pots when I put them into my planter, which I haven't done yet. Okay, so I just have room for this, and you might be able to put more in there, but this is all I'm going to include on mine. And again, I am just kind of like toggling between images. So I'm moving back and forth as I go. All right, so I have this first color. I think I'll definitely use this for the darks, right? So I'm going to pick a couple more colors. I'm always trying to look for some like unusual color combos, and I will be honest, it is hard sometimes because I feel like I'm always drawn to the same colors. So I'm going to try to pick something different today, maybe like this. And then I thought maybe something yellowish because I kind of like the yellow and the purple. And then I think I need something more mid-tony. So maybe something kind of orangey I think would be nice. It's like, I feel like that's kind of unexpected. Maybe even another shade of orange. I don't really know about these colors yet, but we'll see. I'm really, truly just like randomly choosing them, and we're going to see how they look. Okay, so I'm going to start to kind of draw my veg. And one of the things that I was doing the other day that I really enjoyed is I was using the colors like kind of on top of each other and kind of like blending them in. And I really liked the way that looked. So I'm going to try that again today. We're going to see what happens when I do that. I think it might be a good idea also to have something kind of pinkish in here, but we will see. Okay, so this is also pretty light. So I feel like, let me just test my colors really quick. I just want to know what they're going to look like. And this will give me a little bit of context. I'll know what is the lightest, which are in the mid-tones. Oh, see, I thought this was going to be great, but I don't like that color here. I mean, it's not bad. It's just that it looks so much like the other one. It's like maybe I should choose that one instead of the peach. Well, I already used it, so let's try this one. Maybe this one will be better. Instead, yeah, I want something more yellowish. I'm gonna switch over to that one. Let's try some, I don't know. That orange seems very, mid. Okay. There we go. Okay, I think this is good. I just think that I'm gonna keep that one in there. If I use these same colors as I go, it will be a very unusual, kind of color combo. So I'm going to start by darkening I'm going to come back to what I was drawing, right? But I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add this as the soil. I'm just going to really like block in the space. And I'll probably add like some textural elements in here afterwards. I like the idea. I saw some really beautiful examples, and I wanted to show you guys the examples, but I didn't know how that was going to kind of go over with the software that I use. So, and then with the pictures that I already had, so I didn't know if I would have room to put them on here on the screen. So I will put the references that I was looking at. There was one that was this beautiful quilt that was from like, I don't know, I think it said like it was from the Wisconsin quilt show like in 2023 or something. And I know I have the name of the artist who made it, and I'll share that with you guys also if you want to see it. But I want to show you like the artist that I looked at that I was referencing when I was doing this little sketch and coming up with this idea for this drawing today. So that way you can kind of see what beautiful, amazing, spectacular works. One was a quilt, and then one was just an illustration, and it was so cool. It was very loose, very expressive, and I love some loose painting. So I'll have to share those with you as well. I'll put them on the Patreon so you can see them and refer to them in case you wanted to know. I mean, I'm sure you've seen images like this on Pinterest, so it's probably something maybe it's something you've already tried before. I would love to know how this goes for you. So whatever you end up drawing, I hope you will share it with me because I love to see how we all kind of approach this in a different way. And I'm always eager to see, everybody's take on the same assignment, I guess, so to speak. This is really cool because I feel like once I start putting in this background, it's really like creating that space for me. I feel like my line was going diagonal, so I'm going to redraw that. And it's really developing. I love to see the roots kind of start to form when I build out that negative space. And it's so fast and so easy with these markers. And this paper is also really smooth. It's definitely not like a drawing paper per se. It doesn't have any tooth really. I mean, very little. It feels like smooth, like for drawing, for writing. And, that's not always ideal for drawing paper, but I do feel like it's making it so that this is really fast and really easy coverage. And I think that when you use paper like this, it goes easy on the nibs of your marker. So it's going to help to prolong the life of the nibs. And I don't know if the Ohuhus, I know I've heard that many of them you can, especially in the alcohol markers, you can replace the nibs and switch them out, but I don't think that's possible with acrylic. I don't know if anybody knows that, let me know, because I mean acrylic's just like it dries fast, and I feel like it's gonna be like dried acrylic paint, right? Okay, let me look at my colors real quick one more time. Okay, so I'm gonna put in the sky, right, or whatever this negative space is here, and I want to use something kind of non-traditional. I'm going to use this orange, just so that it's kind of like a play on these colors become the space that we're creating. And so I feel like it makes sense when you have the full like context, but right now it might seem a little crazy, like why would we choose that and not like a light blue? So hopefully, fingers crossed, this will come together. I think it'll come together. I just think if it's light, it will make sense, even if it's unusual. And I will say, a lot of times, I do get that questions about my color choices quite a bit. I have to say that's probably the thing that people ask me the most is like, why did you use these colors? Or how did you choose your colors? And my answer usually has something to do with the fact that I just like to have something, I don't always want it, but I sometimes enjoy something that's a little unexpected, but still makes sense, right? So because the sky would normally be lighter than the soil, in this case I'm guessing, right? Or I'm thinking, whatever you choose, like literally any color, you could choose any color. And if you put the light one in the top and the dark one in the bottom, our brain will like magically somehow know that this is earth and this is sky, let's say, right? So, I mean, it's really quite incredible, like how much we can infer and how much we can like assume and imagine when we, even when we move a little bit outside of those boundaries, because, this is a representation of the world that we live in, what we see. So, it doesn't have to be like baby blue in the sky necessarily for this to read as, you know, the sky above. And so I don't know, I enjoy playing with that, but you know, you are more than welcome to choose like, you know, blue. I just sometimes, I mean, I want to try something different. Just today, I want to try something different. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it turns out. Like already, I love these two colors together. They're a little unusual, but I think that's what will make this kind of like fresh, you know. Okay, so I already started here, and I've already started using this lighter shade of like, I don't know, peach or something, as my light right here. So I'm gonna just bring that into this onion here too, because the onion also has really, really light values here. So I'm gonna use this as well here. And I don't know how I'm gonna continue on this, but I will figure it out. I do see that it's got a lot of green, and there are some darker values, and then up here it starts to get green. So I'm going to put in another color on the sides there. And you'll see this is gonna go pretty fast. I can see it's like this sketchbook is small, so that might be why it's gonna happen pretty quickly. But oh, I love this color up against that blue. I love, maybe it's because it's also like the lavender too. I like a mustard and teal normally. Normally I like teal with mustard. But I do like these colors together. I think it's a nice combo there. Okay, so my onions are definitely green, and I don't have anything green. So I think what I can do is use that golden color. I'm just giving it some thought real quick, but I do feel like it's really dark there. So I don't know. I think maybe I'm going to bring in a green. Thoughts on that. I think the green would look beautiful with the orange. Let me just add it into my swatches here and see how I feel about it. Yeah, I think I can do that. I think I like it. And I might excuse me, something wow, something went down the wrong pipe. Like something dusty. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, something's definitely in my throat.
Something is. Do you need water?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I have a drink here. My daughter's there asking, do you need something to drink? Okay, I'm going to put this down. I do like the colors together, but I do think that I'm going to need a lighter green too, and I'll pick one right now. And I think so because sometimes I like to have like a color combo. Like let me rephrase that. That's not really what I'm trying to get at. What I'm saying is like a tonal variation. So like 2 shades of green. I have 2 shades of orange here. And I don't know, something about that, especially in conjunction with some really like divergent colors, like, you know, the orange sky, that kind of thing. Sometimes I feel like that just really like helps to kind of create a little moment of expectation, like where you're getting a sense of value without having to be like having to like remedy that, like in your brain, like think about, okay, well, what role is this playing? I don't know if that's making any sense, but like thinking about how those colors might play a role that is unexpected, right? So I'm going to try it. We'll see. I think I'll add another green in. I think it would be really nice to have that here. So I'm going to pick something lighter. Looking at what we've got here. I feel like I want something really light like this. Let me put it down next to. Okay. It's very yellow, and this is very much like what I'm seeing in the picture. So this is what we call local color, right? It's like I'm looking at the colors I'm seeing, and that's what I'm putting in here. I'm just going to layer that on top of these other colors. I'll just add a little bit of that right here. And I do like to overlap them just a little. Right here, there, right there. I do like that color there. It is reading really yellow, so that could serve as a light as well. Drinking my melted chai from earlier today. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, and while I'm here with those colors, I'm gonna bring in the colors here on this onion here as well. So I'm just going to, and this one I think since it's so light, it'll be really easy to you know, just paint over it with the other shades of green, and then the rest gets kind of dark, so I'm just going to put a little bit on top there. Okay. And I do think that golden color will be a good addition to these. We'll see about adding that right now. Put a little bit in here. I'm so excited for summer break, you guys. I'm really looking forward to doing some more live streaming. I every summer I say I'm going to do it, and I think in general that's when I tend to do more of it because it's easier for me to do it in the summer. But I really want to bring back, as I usually do in the summer, I think, my creative mornings where we do, you know, just like an hour of drawing every morning. Ooh, there's some nice blues in there. Maybe I should try to put that in. Let me try the purple, which might seem a little strange. Wow, I don't know what is irritating my throat suddenly, but I don't love that. We'll see what happens there. I've been having to do a lot of allergy meds because it's been so rainy. I tend to get a lot of allergies when it is rainy outside. So I feel like maybe something is, you know, bothering me there. But anyway, back to creative mornings. I really want to do like a morning sketchbook sesh. I am a morning person, but it actually is very very nice to kind of like do your drawing in the morning, and then, you know, you can kind of just like know that you did like a little bit in your practice every morning. So okay, I'm gonna do this carrot, and I know it's gonna be a little weird, but I'm gonna do it in the same shades of green. Let's see. If we don't like it, I mean, the great thing about it is that I could just, you know, paint over it. So I'm gonna play with this a little because I think I kind of want that green, or maybe I should do orange. Let's see. It's like I'm making decisions on the fly. We're gonna see what happens. Yeah, because I kind of felt like I wanted to put the same colors into it, but now that I'm thinking about it, because we have the greens up here, I think I can afford to do a little bit more color in the bottom. So I think I'll do some of the oranges in here. And I have that dark orange that I haven't used yet. Do you like it? Are you homeless? Okay. So I'm gonna bring this green into here, of course, but I'm going to also bring in the dark green, and I'm going to use some of that orange, that darker orange, for the carrot. So let's try. I think I'll try mixing them together because it's going to be pretty severe, I think. It's actually not that bad, but I think we could use some of this too. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit of this as a yellow, even though it's serving as a green elsewhere. We're not going to worry about that. And then some of this. You're home, but you're tired and didn't sleep well, so you'll do some art with the replay. Yes, do that. When are your markers coming? Are they coming this week? I am very excited to play. I mean, I'm really enjoying these markers. And I've had some before. I mean, I haven't had, have I ever had a big pack of these? Oh, I don't think so. So, I mean, I'm very much enjoying them. I feel like they're really good for a lot of stuff. Like, I can use them in my planner, and I can use them in my sketchbook, and they're just like so versatile and super fun. And again, that's like originally how I started drawing again in my sketchbook, was with markers, because it just was like easier. Like I didn't have to worry about setting up all these painting supplies, yada yada. They're coming tomorrow. How exciting. Which ones did you order? You said they were Ohuhu, but which one did you get? Which model or whatever they're called, style? And I put them in your cart. Amazon gave you a promotional offer, so you got an what? Are you for real? So they were like, you got another set, but like for less or for free? Because wild and amazing and good for you. I'm happy. I would love to know which ones you chose, because remember, like one time I got the ones with the dot tip. Oh, I hated those. Those were not for me. I literally took them to my classroom and I was like, kids, you all can use them. Oh, you got the brush tip Karen brand? Wait, but were they free or what? You're kidding. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Good. I mean, you know what? That's the least they can do. Amazon needs to give us more gifts. That is so cool. So I can't wait to see them. And so they're the Karen ones, which I've had like one or two, but I've never like had a set or anything like that. So I can't wait to see yours. I don't like the way that like light is looking from them, like on the camera. So I might play with that a little bit more later. And the promotional ones are like a chisel tip, bullet tip. Oh, okay, wait. Can we recap here? You bought the Karen ones, and you're getting the promotional ones that are chisel tip, and they're also Karen? Oh, hoo version. Okay, I think I've seen them, the ones that look like the Karen ones, right? Because those have that really, I mean, I like the body style of them. They just look really like pens, you know? I don't know if I like that carrot. It's looking a little dumb to me. Let me try some of this. Sometimes I'll just add a little bit. I mean, it just feels like maybe kind of like out of place. So I'm going to add a little bit of this and see what happens. Okay, so yeah. Oh, well, I cannot wait to see them. How many came in your set, if you don't mind my asking? I'm just excited. I love art supplies. And the free ones are refillable. And they're acrylic. Refillable acrylic. Which is, I think that's like the magic right there. Because literally, like, if you can refill, what a dream. Let me look at this leaf. I feel like I cannot get the carrot leaves right. I really need to slow down and like pay attention to them. It's like 1, 2, 3, and then like a little finger sticking out that way. Oh, well, I'm excited to see them. Are you going to be streaming so that I can watch it? I mean, tomorrow I have class, but actually I might be able to tomorrow. Are you going to? I got the 72. Wow. Wow. I'm excited. When can we see them? Are you going to be on your stream? Are you going to have them on your stream? Can you do a stream where you just marker? So I can come watch. There's 18 of those. Yes, you're streaming tomorrow? Sorry, I got you like, you're just trying to go to bed. And I'm like, wait, I have 18 questions. I apologize. My bad. I'm struggling with these leaves, and like I feel like I'm also kind of like not feeling very patient with them. So I'm gonna try to come back to them in a sec. Also, I had a gift card and I had some reward points, so I ended up paying $5.08. Shut up! Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh yeah, you're tired. Do you ever have to like? Do you ever drink coffee and then you're just like wired all night or what? Because you're already like a night owl. I can only imagine. That is really amazing. I'm happy for you because I think, you know, if you can get art supplies and they're like not going to cost you an arm and a leg, that is always nice. I mean, it just makes it easier to buy them. Makes it easier, like you can justify it. You're like, you know, these were really affordable. You'd be up at 4 a.m. That's too funny. Okay. I'm like annoyed with these leaves of the carrot leaves. So, I mean, I chose that, so I shouldn't be complaining because I didn't have to draw carrots, but I made that choice. We'll see if I can kind of pull this together because it's looking a little, ew. Let me see, maybe something here. So now I feel like if I just put like too many lines, it starts to look a little too outliney. And so I think it's better to have like kind of broken spaces. Let's see. Also, I set up my Cricut. Me too. I did that also. Mine's right here next to me, right there. Yes. We should do that. We should do that on one of like on the stream so we could try it. I don't know. Have you already figured it out? Or are you still playing with it? Because, I mean, there was a big learning curve for me, and I figured it out, and I made a TikTok that, I mean, I don't know if I would say it went viral, but it had like tens of that. And I don't have TikTok right now on my phone because I was trying to not have it because I was just on my phone too much. And so I took it off. But I don't know how it does, but a lot of people really liked my video. They were like really like happy. They were like, finally, I understand it because it was so hard for me. Okay, so you know how to do it. You just need to draw. Yeah, girl, you have so much drawing, so I know you've got stuff. But that would be really fun to do. It would be really fun to have like an in-person workshop where we kind of teach how to do that because, oh my gosh, it's very hard. And I want to just like now that I figured it out, I feel like I could share this knowledge with people. There's some like little leaves here too, but I'm going to keep this one a little more simple. Let's see. Try to break up this space a little. I don't want too much outline. Let's see. Daisy says, your carrot is giving chili pepper. I feel like mine is too. I think she's not lumpy and luscious enough. And maybe some horizontal lines. Yeah, they do, right? And I feel like I put horizontal lines in, but I don't love them. Now, I'm going to come back to this cute little turnip who didn't get really enough love. And, you know, I feel like I need something kind of pinkish. I'm like, should I bring in another color? No, I think that's a bad idea. But I will bring in some of this orange. I think it could work. We'll see. We'll see if it works. I'm going to try using it where I would have put that pink in. And then maybe even kind of blending it with that purple just by smudging the brush over it, which I was kind of enjoying this kind of like smudginess. I don't know. It just looks more painterly, which I'm into. We'll see how that looks. I feel like I can bring it back out if I want more. I just wanted to kind of imply. Wow. My allergies are really kicking it up. And I know I took my allergy meds this morning, so there's no reason why I should be struggling in this way right now. Let me just scroll over here to that big chunky onion. And I really like that this big chunky onion has kind of like some, you know, curved lines on it to kind of imply that, you know, the roundness of it. So I'm going to try some of that. I'm just going to put it in this orange. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. See about this green onion too. Also has that. So I'm going to use the orange for this kind of line work a little bit. Didn't really do anything to this onion yet, so I feel like she needs a little bit of attention. Okay. Wow, okay. I'm liking it better now. I do feel like the color palette is really working together, but I do think like I need to maybe use, I feel like I need something else. Maybe I need some of this purple right here on this carrot. The carrot didn't really get any of that. And I'm going to use some of this purple in the ground. So I'm going to put some little like flecks of, what is this? What is that white stuff that they put in it in the, what is that noise? In the soil when you buy like plants and they have, it's, what is it called? I know the name is like on the tip of my tongue. Okay, let's see. Let's see if that's helping. Daisy said that that's helping the green outline. Okay, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, tried some cross contours. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I maybe did too many, but it's fine. It's just for funsies. Maybe we need an indigo color pencil to outline. Yep, you know how we love that. I've been trying to kind of like not lean on that so much, although I do love some good line work. I've seen like some that I kind of feel like I did, where did I do that one? Oh, I did it in my journal. Let me see if I can show you one. I'm going to show you one. I do these little sketches in my journal. I'll share it with you. Let me see if I just want to make sure I'm not showing anything crazy. Okay, these all have outlines, but there was one I did that didn't have outlines, and I really liked it, and I was like, I kind of want to do more of that. Let me show it to you. Which was kind of weird because I love outlines. And now I'm looking at like, they all have outlines. What are you talking about, girl? Where was it? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they all have outlines. Maybe I had just not done the outlines yet, and then I came back and added the outlines, and let me see. Yeah, because everything looks like it has outlines on mine. Okay, well, just kidding then. But I did see something recently. I thought it was my own drawings where I felt like I hadn't put any outlines, and I really enjoyed that, and I wanted to try that again. But, sorry, I thought maybe it's over here. Like here, I didn't do outlines on this one. A little bit with the purple, but not like my very clear outlines. Oh, this one that we did together. I really didn't have outlines, and I really liked it. It was feeling very, yeah, perlite, right? It was feeling very, painterly. It doesn't have a lot of like outliney-ness, but I like that one. So I'm going to see if I can do it, but I do feel like it needs something. I could use this one and just, I don't know, maybe put a little bit in here, like extra dark. Just where I want it, just where I want it to feel like, yeah, I think that's helpful. There we go. Just where I want it to feel like a little bit more, like to have a little bit more depth. I'll do some thin lines, and I'll do a few that are a little bit like more dramatic, like that. And I also feel like that makes it feel not as not as like formulaic. Like I kind of feel like it was all becoming kind of similar. And I'm going to try to break that up a little bit here. Maybe here too, because this is where I felt that happening here too. Let's see if I can. See what we do here. Just a little, just, kind of hinting. There. Yeah, I feel like that added a lot. Maybe I did need the indigo pencil because it feels like it just kind of gave things a little bit more depth. Kind of like, I don't know, clarified some spaces. There. Okay. Here we go. Then I have to put some on this carrot. Wow, my throat is like something's bothering me down there. Okay. There, I feel like that helped a little bit. Maybe a little bit down here because there's just a lot of lines. Try to make them a little thinner. Maybe a little bit right there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Now this guy didn't get too much attention. Let me put a little bit of this color in there because I didn't really use it that much there. Maybe a little bit on here too. I can feel my hand kind of dipping into the, you know what would really be nice? That little indigo pencil in this like green part. I mean this soil part. I'm just gonna kind of flatten my page in this very professional method. Okay, there. I feel like I really like it. I definitely like the colors. They're definitely a little bit weird. Let me put the date on here. Today's the 26th. So proud of myself. 2 days in a row drawing. Wow. What a miracle. Okay. So I'm just going to put it up here a little bit closer so you can see the detail. Let me take away these pictures of the veggies. One more. Okay. All right. So here are the root veg, right? And so they're kind of like, I mean, I do feel like the color's kind of unexpected, but the green really like brings it back down to earth. So I think I like it. I like the colors. They're different from what I normally choose. My usual color palette, I feel like, always involves pink. So I'm glad I chose something that didn't have pink in it. I'm proud of myself. That was hard, but I'm proud of myself for not putting any pink in there. So, I mean, pink is just my go-to. But I do really like it. This is my color palette. Again, I use 2 shades of orange. I use 2 shades of green, right? These 2 right here. This one was kind of like a goldish color. And then I have these 2 that are kind of like 2 shades of violet. I mean, not quite, but they're kind of in there. So we have these kind of like families, I feel like. And I think it's kind of like green, orange, and blue, let's say. And even though I have a lot more than just 3 colors, green, orange, and blue, I have a couple of options, a little bit of varietals, right? Like a light and a dark for each of these. And I think that helps to give you flexibility. So definitely enjoy this one. I don't know. I really want to see what you guys did and how this went for you. So if you ended up drawing with me today and you have something at the end of this that you want to share, I would love to see it. You can share it with me on our Patreon community chat, or you can share it with me on Instagram. You can tag me. I'm Erica Beeswax, Erica with a K, Erika Beeswax. And if you tag me on Instagram, I'll get to see it. And if you want, I can share it. If you would rather I don't share your work, then, you know, share it with me on Patreon, or just tell me, please don't share it. I just want to show you. Or sometimes people will just send me a picture. That's cool too. I just love to see how many different ways we all approach like the same kind of like assignment or exercise. So definitely hope to see your work. I hope you guys got a little bit of time in your sketchbook in today. And if you didn't get to, you can definitely come back and watch this again later and draw with me. So Hopefully this was a very fun and maybe challenging exercise for you like it was for me. This is still, I'm gonna pretend I don't see her. I mean, I don't love that carrot, but the onions I feel like, and the roots, these are like my favorite part. In fact, wait, I see one little bit that I missed. Like, that is just like my favorite because it just feels, I don't know, I call this cutting it in, when you kind of like draw the negative space and it forms a positive, and there's something about that I really enjoy. I don't know why. Yeah, share with me on Insta. I cannot wait to see it. I'm so glad you got to start the summer with me, Elsa. Happy summer for you. What are you going to do? Anything fun? Definitely share with me. I would love to draw with you again this summer if you're putting some sketchbook practice into your daily routine. So I will be back with you guys soon. I'm going to share with you details about the creative mornings that I plan to have this summer, and hopefully we can draw again together. Okay, so definitely share with me if you can on Insta, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great night. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.